Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Well, today we have something a little bit different, similar but different. It's the LightPhone. Before I continue with the video, just a quick clarification. This has not been sent to me by anyone. I just went out and purchased it so that I can do a review and present it to an honest and open review here. Even when producers do supply a review unit loan sample, I do it the same way, but sometimes it's difficult to actually reach these companies, various companies, and it takes like months to actually get them, and then I don't get a device. So when I can afford it, I buy these devices and then I present the video to you. So in theory, this video and videos like it are sponsored by you, so thank you. And if you would like to see me actually being able to purchase more expensive and bigger devices to actually review on the channel, especially from the producers that I haven't been able to establish a contact yet with, and if you would like to support me in that endeavor, then you can check out the My Deep Guide /shop or the link down below. And My Daily Organizer 2023 has just came out, and you can see the details in the playlist down below, so you can check that out and see if that's something that you like or not. And now onwards with the unboxing. Alright, so here is the Light 2 phone, a phone for humans, apparently. I didn't know other phones were not meant for humans, but alright. And I ordered a color gray version. Now before I dig into the package, with the package you get a little printout like this that actually just says, "We're eager to share the experience of going light with you. Here are a few notes that might be useful in setting up your phone. Learning more about how the LightPhone II works, we've put together an overview of getting started with your new phone. Visit starlightphone.com to learn more." Okay, I will. Light account and dashboard. The LightPhone is managed by a website portal we call the dashboard. Okay, so you need an account for this. This is where you can import contacts, add or remove tools, etc. You will create an account with an email and password when you first turn on your LightPhone 2. One account can be used to manage multiple phones. Something remarkable could learn from a little bit. Dashboard.thelightphone.com. Okay, this is a little confusing, but okay. Starlightphone.com is for the user manual and stuff, and the dashboard.thelightphone.com is to log into the account. Okay, then we have a little bit of an explanation of how an e-ink screen works, iMessage note for iPhone users, phone number verification, troubleshooting and support, carrier issues, optional light service plan, US customers only. Alright, well, I guess this helps definitely, since e-ink phones are definitely not a thing that you can regularly find out there. So a bit of clarification is quite a welcome thing. Alright, now let's rip into it. Oh, this is all cardboard kind of layered thing. So let's see how we can open this up safely, I guess, here. Let's see here. The LightPhone is for going light. It is a choice. How will you experience your life today? Appreciate your time now. Life is right now. Much love. Maybe they should have just decided on one, not all five. The LightPhone is for going light. It is a choice. How will you experience your life today? Appreciate your time. Life is right now. Much love, light. Okay, fine. Enjoy now. Okay. Ooh, and a user guide. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. I really like how this was actually figured out. And there's the phone. Well, so far the unboxing experience is quite nice. This is really cool. Reminds me a little bit of Remarkable's approach to these things, but this is actually a little bit better because it's all quite cool. So, headphone, power button, we'll check that out a little bit later. For now, yeah, and you have user manual and all of those. But here they say thelightphone.com/user manual, not starlightphone.com. Okay, well, at least it's kind of uniform. So then you open up the page, and can we open this up? Nope. We have the phone. How do I get it out? I guess I need to turn it out. Yep, like this. So you get a very tiny device, a very tightly bunched up USB-C to USB-A, same gray color cable, which is kind of nice, and a SIM pin tool. So the LightPhone comes in a very light package, the device, the cable, and a SIM tool. I'm really not a fan of these kind of rip open thing, because now you're left with a box that doesn't close, and it's always gonna be like this. So now let's focus on the device, and let's get the device out of the protective pouch. That was weird, because I really thought that, that the numbers were on the screen. Okay. Wow, this is small. This is light, yeah? This is small and light. So we got some buttons. Let's consult the user manual so that we see what is what. So on the top we have a headphone output, we have a power button, this is a light sensor, this is the speaker, this is where the SIM goes, display, micro USB, okay, then it's not a USB-C, it's a micro USB cable and everything. Microphone, well, that's very old and odd, okay. Then we have up and down, I guess various functions up and down, and a toolbox menu. So this is cool. You actually have this kind of thing that it actually should work. The phone itself, as it is, as you can see, is super tiny. The screen is flush with the surface. I really like the build quality and the gray color. It's really, really nice. And yeah, for what it is, it's very, very precisely manufactured, and it seems quite good. Like USB, micro USB, that's a bit odd. The surface of the screen, where you interact with the touch, I assume, is very, very nice and smooth, so that's kind of cool. But they also achieved extremely low reflectivity and diffusion, and high diffusion, which is really, really nice to see. So before I add a SIM into it and all of that, I'm just gonna do like a first power up, and just to kind of see what do we get. I'm just curious. Well, yeah, the first power up is gonna have to wait, because this seems to not have been pre-charged, which is extremely unusual, and I haven't seen this in years, literally in years. So I guess I need to fully charge it up first, and then at least see the first startup. All right, I've had it plugged in for about 20 minutes, very short amount of time. And just to be sure, I'm gonna put in a SIM card in here as well, so that it is all done and ready. Now, do I remember which way this was? Oh, I don't have to remember. There's the hole. So I'm just going to place the SIM card in. It's an active SIM card, and let's see if we can get it to power up now. There we go. Now it buzzed. Go light, and has a front light. Okay, so it's not a completely dark display. That's something that I was wondering about. Now the contrast seems to be also fairly on the light side of things. Hopefully that's something that can be improved after a little while, but let's see how does the startup procedure look like on the LightPhone. Well, at this point, some kind of a progress bar would have been nice. Greetings, welcome to your LightPhone. Oh my, this is so pale. It would be nice if it had a little bit more contrast, but let's continue. It has haptic feedback, so it is vibrating. All right, unlocked. The phone needs service to update latest software. Okay, so he's already downloading it via the data plan that I have on my SIM card. He didn't really ask me, do I want to use that or should I connect to Wi-Fi? I didn't have a choice. He's doing that immediately. But all right, not the ideal part, but it's okay. Install an update. Well, yeah, but I think considering that you didn't even want to power up, I think I'm gonna give you some power during an update. just to be sure, because I really don't want it to break, because it's like updating and then it runs out of juice. At this point, I don't know if he is doing something, or should I press the power button to get it to install the update, or what is it actually doing? It looks like it shut down, which is weird. Okay, let's let's power it up. He says he's charging. Okay. If I long press, there we go. It buzzed. Yeah, I gotta say that the power up time is really long. This is not something that I would expect from a smaller, portable, light kind of a phone. The first thing that comes to mind is small Nokias, for example, and those things power up like immediately. And if the idea is go light, it doesn't seem that the OS is light. Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, maybe it's the update that's doing it. So we'll do a timed startup as well during the in-depth review to actually see, to give it a fair chance that it's actually fully charged, that it's not installing an update or anything like that. So yeah. So at this point, I wanted to. I clicked on connect to Wi-Fi, and he says please enter your email, which is basically he wants me to create an account. So let's create an account. Okay, I assume that I have already registered my account when I was ordering this. Right, so let's try and log in. All right, so I do have my account, and okay, let's retry. Okay, again, I've used the same credentials and it works on the computer normally, and I've double checked everything and I can't really. I'm gonna try just one more time. Yes, finally. It was not the phone's fault, it was my typos. The keyboard is a little bit kind of weird, but it's not the keyboard's fault, to be honest. It's my password. I'm using a password system, and then it's like intelligible passwords. Anyway, finally logged in, activation complete. Continue. All right, so yeah, it does come not pre-charged. At least my phone was not pre-charged. And this is what we have. So we got up, down for ringer. Okay. Then we have a menu. We would like to confirm your phone number to ensure a smooth overall experience. Registration failed. Okay. Okay, so after that it asked me to manually enter my phone number, and then it says phone number registered, and now I can, by the press of the button, yes, I can go between options and this. And what does this do? Recent activity will be displayed here. What is this? Compose a new message. Okay. Then we have a menu. Nope, that's just a dial pad. I guess that's to actually call. So can I swipe back down, or? All right, so when you go into this menu, you can't just go back, you have to go up and down. All right, so that's so far. Let's see, phone settings. Okay, so that's the shortcut for phone. Then you have alarm. Okay, so you can set an alarm, and settings such as airplane mode, notifications, preferences, Bluetooth. That's kind of cool. Account and info. What does preferences say? Okay, so I'll be definitely exploring this. For now, it's a little kind of clunky, but let's unplug it. It feels good actually in a hand. It's very, very small. which is going to be an interesting thing to see. How does it behave? What I'm a little bit puzzled about is where is the front light control, because right now he's completely dark, and if I just, yes, it's automatic. So basically if I darken the light sensor, then the front light turns on, and if I brighten it up, then it's going to say, hey, maybe it's so bright enough that you don't need the front light. Okay, so the front light seems to be automatic. It will be interesting to see in the settings if it's possible to adjust that. And I'm just wondering, can you lock it? Yeah, so just a single power button turns it off, and then because I haven't set the lock screen, I should be able to just turn it on by a single button press. Okay, so far the initial experience of just logging in and activation and registration, I think it's a lot to do it immediately like that you don't even have access to your phone. I get it why they're doing it like that, but my experience was not as smooth and silky one. It was a little bit irritating to be immediately kind of like,
None shall pass. What? None shall pass.
Yes, you do have a skip option, of course, but it would be nice to maybe streamline this experience and ask the person, do you want to log in now or later? And you can do so later by doing this and this, instead of just saying log in now. It seems like a small thing, but for the user experience, it is an important distinction between asking the person, hey, would you want to do this or not, giving a person a clear choice. And but so far first impressions are interesting. One thing that I'm very curious, you can't, okay, so you have to unlock, then you gotta press, then you go settings. I'm just curious about the display. Can I adjust the contrast? Okay, so screen light can be automatic, always off, always on. You can invert colors. Screen is fairly responsive, but it's really small, so you do have to kind of do things a little bit. Yeah, you can do invert, but the sharpness of the screen really isn't that good. I mean, look at the screen, the small font on the screen and the light. It's rough. It's a little rough, and you can also see it in any kind of color screen. So yeah, the screen resolution is a little bit low, and the sharpness is low, and the contrast is not that high. I wish that we had an option to actually have a contrast. All right, so it's very limited as far as what it can do. I'll explore. I'll use it. I wanted to activate it now so that I have a SIM card in there. I'm going to charge it, and then I'm going to attempt and use it as a phone that I would use, a normal phone and not a smartphone from now on for a little while, and then see how does that actually behave. Can I receive calls normally? How is the signal? And all of that kind of stuff, and just see how is it actually to live with a LightPhone II. Well, okay, so that is the LightPhone, and I gotta say that I have to keep my mind open, because this, I feel, is going to be a different type of product, and I believe it's really difficult for a phone manufacturer to try and offer something that's different, something that's not a smartphone. I think that's like, there's a current, and these guys just gonna try and go sideways and a little bit back as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing. All I'm saying is that this is a difficult thing to do, to actually swim against the current and sideways a little bit from the smartphones that are oversaturating the entire planet. And then you have the actual kind of, we'll see, madness or foresight or brilliance or guts. I don't know yet. I gotta actually spend time with this and see what type of product it is, because it's not a first impression type of a product at all. You have to give it its due time, and you have to give it its due consideration to understand what it actually is, as a reviewer at least, and that's what I intend to do. Initial impressions are, I really love the small size of it. I really like that. I like that it has an e-ink screen. There are things that I don't like. For example, the resolution of the e-ink screen. I don't think that's a good one, and I think it would be a good thing to have the ability to customize how much of the front light you would like to use when it turns on. First impressions for me, for this little guy, are actually interesting. Of course, I have a natural tendency to like, oh, this is not a smartphone. Well, yeah, of course, it's not a smartphone. So I'm gonna give it a fair amount of time to live with it and see what's it actually about. Because I think, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, and if they've done their work correctly, I think that as a platform, this could be quite a cool thing, and maybe something for a niche audience, of course, but I might fall into that niche audience if it's been done correctly. There are some things that it has to be able to do for it to be actually useful to me, but if it manages to actually be like an intermediary device, a phone with some capabilities between a computer and a computer, that would be, for my needs at least, a really cool thing. Because if you think about it, the smartphone is just a computer in your pocket. That's what we expect from it. That's what we want from it. That's why they are so successful. And for some people who live on their smartphone and depend on having a computer in their pocket, this is never going to be a thing for them. But there's a huge number of people who don't want a computer in their pocket, and maybe they want to be able to actually disconnect from these things while still able to do basic communication and things like that. So, LightPhone II, definitely interesting. I'm looking forward to spending some more time with it and then bring you an in-depth review so that we know what's it like. I hope you liked the video, and shoot me down the questions down below that you might have for the LightPhone so that I can cover them in the upcoming review. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!